Welcome to Fish Food. In today's programme I'm going to be cooking with monkfish. The first dish is perfect for a Sunday roast. I'll be taking 2 fillets of monkfish, tying them together and stuffing them with thyme and anchovies and garlic and serving them on a nice bed of vegetables with hollandaise sauce. In the second one I'll be pan roasting monkfish and serving it on samphire with a saffron sauce. And in the kitchen with me as usual are James, Sue and Fiona, our amateur chefs. And later in the programme, Susie Atkins will be coming along to give us some tips on what to drink with monkfish. But first I'm off to Newlin Market to buy some. The fishing boats start arriving and putting their catch onto the market in Newlin in the early hours of the morning. Many will have spent a few days at sea fishing the southwest approaches. The size of their catch and the market largely depends on the weather and the tide. This is what I'm looking for. And naturally this is in superb condition. But what do you look for in your supermarket when you go to buy? Well, it should have a firm flesh, very translucent, and it should have no signs of yellowing. This one is what we call still stiff alive, whereas where rigor mortis is still in the fish. Now a fish like that will serve about 3 people, and what we normally eat is just the fillets down here. So that's a really good size fish to buy. But you can get them at this sort of size, which do make wonderful steaks when they're cut across and roasted. Now that's a lovely catch, and this boat's got some great fish on today. There's some lemon soles, some Dover soles, some John Dory, and a lovely piece of squid over there. This is a lovely catch from a small boat called the Tracy Clare. Out of 8 boxes of fish, he's got 7 different varieties. Some lovely monkfish, which is what we've just been looking at. I mean, look at that. It's lovely. There's a small blue shark. They make pretty good eating, good for currying, but a good fish. And we've got a couple of different types of ray. Got what they call a small owl, and here we've got a nice large blom ray, and these are the parts we eat, which are just the wings from that. And here's an interesting one. This is coley. This is what most people usually associate with cat food, but you know, as fresh as that, a fish like that can be a great meal. And then of course one of my favourites, which is turbot. And I think really turbot is anybody's favourite, but something, look at the condition of that. It's absolutely gorgeous. And there's some ling. Again, a very underrated fish ling. Good for soups, but you know, nothing wrong with that, just quick fried with maybe a few black beans and ginger. We've got hake. Again, another super fish. And that is a really nice little catch. This place never ceases to amaze me, and you're going to have to excuse the pun here, because I wonder how many people have actually seen a place like that. I mean, look at it, those spots are almost painted on. Just down the road from Newlin Market is the pilchards works. To find out what happens there, I talked to Tonkin. So this is the pilchards after they've been in the salt for 4 weeks. What's happened to them? Because it's just full of liquid.
Yeah, that's right. Well, there he is. Look, that's what you see there. So that's the salt, and that's the fish. Now that's just as they come off the boat, that is. They got the gut and everything still in them. Scales on. Scales on, that's right. So they're put in there, in these bins, dry fish, dry salt, and left in there for a minimum of 4 weeks. And now, like you see, all that liquid there now is what comes out the fish.
So the salt is actually drawing all the moisture out of the fish.
That's how he looks dirty. The salt takes the blood and oil out the fish.
Lovely. So what do you do with them after then?
Well, after that, what we'd do, we'd take them out the bin, put them in baskets, and then they're packed in these coffin, what we call a coffin, like that. As you can see there, they're packed there like that.
Packed in a special way.
Packed in a special way to protect the. As you see now, the back is going on over the belly. You're protecting your belly, because like we said, they're packed with the gut and everything in them, see? Yeah. So they are like that. Now normally you put 6 rolls of 14 in that. And as you see there, another 10 on top. And that's what we call the herringbone pattern.
Herringbone pattern on top.
That's making it look smart, that's right.
And what happens once they've been in these coffins?
Well, once the coffin is full up, when each section is full up, put these things on top, the bucklers like that. Like that, and I'll run it just 2 minutes. And we put that on top, what we call our pressing board, and then this little bit of timber is put on top again. You're pressing right, and then there, so you screw down then, like that.
Ancient bit of kit, Terry.
Oh, he's modern. He's only 100-year-old. This is the modern stuff, this one is.
How long have you been pressing pilchards, Terry?
Well, for Nick, I've been working for Nick, I don't know, 10, 12 years. But I can't advertise the other firm that you've belong to, can I?
So where do they all go to? They're the Italian market?
Everything we do is shipped to Italy. As you can see, the boxes are all marked there. Been going to that customer now since 1905. We put that screw press down. That's what we call the screw press, of course. And now what we do, we'd put them down. We'd put this bar in now, and let's now just turn that down now.
So they're pressing quite away.
That's as far as I can go now for the time.
And all this water and oil's coming out the bottom.
You see the liquid coming out now. That's what's happening. Now you just let that settle down now for half an hour. Give them about half an hour to settle down, and then you can turn it down again. Take anything up to 3 to 4 hours to put it down. All depends on the quality of your fish. If your fish is hard, you can push them down pretty quick. But if the fish is soft, you've got to take your time on them.
And gradually go down.
That's right, because like you see here, they're all packed with a gut and everything in them, see?
Is there any difference between these ones and those ones?
No, it's not different, all same fish.
And how are they going to keep for in that sort of barrel?
It's just some customers over Italy just like it done the old-fashioned way, see? Yeah. Now that there got a shelf life now, anything up 12 to 18 months.
Fantastic.
Once you squeeze all the liquid out. You're more or less saying the drier you get them, longer they last and better they taste.
Do they need to be kept in a fridge?
No, you don't have to put them in the fridge. Just advise you to keep them somewhere cool because it helps dull the colour there a bit.
And what do you do with these, Terry? Do you eat them?
Oh yeah, I like them myself. I eat them, but I don't take them home and do any of this fancy cooking like you chefs and that do. I just eat out the disher. That's all I do. Just in a drop of olive oil.
Just peel them off, bit of oil ready to go.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. See?
It's lovely to see an age-old process like this. But what actually do you do with salted pilchards? Well, any dish that calls for anchovies, you can use these instead, and I actually think they're much nicer. To prepare them, you just take the whole fish, you pull a fillet from the side, and you can then marinate them in olive oil, maybe some garlic and some fresh parsley. I've got some here that have just been marinated in olive oil. They taste so good. We're very traditional about our Sunday roast. We like a leg of lamb in the middle of the table, or a roast beef, or maybe a turkey at Christmas. Well, this is monkfish as a Sunday roast, and people often turn their noses up at fish on a Sunday, but believe me, this is a great way of using fish for a Sunday roast. First of all, I've got a nice prime monk tail. He's really lovely and fresh. I mean, you can see how he's translucent. You can almost just see through the top layer of it. He's not turned white. There's no signs of yellowing. Really nice condition. And that tail weighs about kilo, 1.2 kilos. That's going to feed about 4 or 5 people. So the first thing we need to do is take the skin off. So you do that by just finding yourself an end to the skin, and I did that by sliding the knife under and just took it off at the end. Quite easy, one hand around the end, one hand here, and just pull it off like a glove. Yeah. No strength needed, that just comes off nice and easy. Then we've got to take it off the bone. Now, monkfish only has one central bone. There are no little pin bones, as we call them, or rib bones around them, which is why I think people like it, because it is that texture and the bones out of it they like. So I've just taken the knife, I've rested it on the bone, a nice sharp filleting knife, and I'm just running it along all the way to the end, and there's one fillet of monkfish there. The same the other side. You can see that? I'm just running the knife all the way along. I mean, it's so easy. But your fishmonger will do this for you. I mean, you only need to ask him. So we've got our tails there, and what I'm going to do is to tie them together so that we get a nice fillet that looks like almost a fillet of lamb. And to do that, you turn one thick end against the thin end and lay one on top of each other like that. Oh yeah. Okay, so then we're going to use some string. Make sure it's heat-proof string, good butcher string is fine to use. And just a length of that. Just chop that.
The finer the string, the better, I would have thought.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to come off before.
Thin, isn't it?
It's going to come off before serving, James, so that's okay. And I'm just going to make a tie at one end there. And you can, if you want to, sandwich this with fresh herbs in here, but I'm going to do it a different way, with fresh thyme and garlic. And then I'm just taking the string, and just like you would normally tie. Okay. Oh, it's easy. It's just, all you're doing is going under itself. A good fishmonger would do this for you. I just think, although I've never seen this in a fishmonger, this was really something I started doing at home. When everybody resisted to fish on a Sunday, I said, right, I've got to convince you it's going to work. So that's all. And so that last one just to go in.
Okay. Definitely an art to it.
No, there isn't. It's you know, somebody taught me. But look at that. It's a really nice piece there now, which is great. Now what you can do is to just make some cuts in it, just randomly, and then a little bit of thyme stuffed into each one. You know, really work some flavour into the fish. Because I think monkfish is the one thing it does lack, unfortunately, is flavour. It's got a great texture. It's lovely, but it does stand up to some quite heavy flavours. And you know, herbs and garlic and things like that make a, you know, it
Obviously
really,
got to use the
really
fresh
takes it on well. Yeah, it's great, ready to go. And if you want to, just last of all, some fresh garlic stuck in those incisions as well, just like it would be,
Just like a leg of lamb.
just like a leg of lamb.
Yeah.
So there we go. So all that we need to do with it now is to sear it in good hot olive oil, just to get a bit of colour out of it. And then we're going to roast it in the oven for about 25 minutes. So all we want is that nice golden look to it, so when it comes out we can just top it on the plate. There's our monkfish out of the oven, gorgeously browned, looks really appetising, doesn't it? What we're going to do is just make a bed of vegetables. You know, spring vegetable, we've got some leek, carrots, some courgette, a little bit of fennel and some garlic. So we just sweat that off in butter and then we'll lift it at the end with some coriander and some lemon zest. So if you'd like to get on with that, Sue, that would be great. Just pour some butter in the pan, that's lovely. Start off with some garlic, get it really nice and well flavoured, then you've got leeks.
You're going to serve it whole with or slice it?
The monkfish I'm going to serve whole, but I'm just going to take a cut through it in a second just to show you what it looks like. So in the middle there, if you have a look at that.
Wow.
Oh.
It's a
Lovely
lovely,
white meat.
lovely piece of fish. It's absolutely gorgeous. It really is nice. And what I've made with it is our sort of gravy, as it were, because it is Sunday roast, is a basic hollandaise, which is start off with some egg yolks, a little bit of water, and then whisk it, keep whisking, whisk it until it's twice its volume, and then just stir in some melted butter until you get that lovely consistency, and then lift it at the end with some lemon juice.
Lovely.
So are those vegetables nearly ready?
They are?
They're great. We still want them nice and crunchy, very al dente, so if you'd like to bring those across, Sue. And some coriander. It's a lovely herb with vegetables. It really lifts. It's quite sort of
Nice.
citrusy
great,
and
isn't
zingy.
it?
And in there with the lemon zest. Again, that's another one. And they can just be straight onto the middle of the plate there. That's lovely. Just like your Sunday roasts. And then we can just sit the fish straight on top. And then we've got our gravy, as it were. Which we'll just
Oh, yeah.
It looks
That's
so
really
great,
nice.
yeah.
spoon over.
That's a new dimension. Doesn't it?
And around the
Sunday
plate.
lunch, that.
That's Sunday roast for you, isn't it? That's
right.
great. And then
That's
just
lovely.
clean up the
Brilliant.
plate.
Rather eat that than a bit of tough pork.
And,
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
and that's it, all ready to go. Now I've come to Penzance, a popular resort just along the coast from Newlin, to find out about the local restaurant scene from restaurateur Roger Harris.
The restaurant scene now is a lot better than it used to be a few years ago. When we first came down here in the 70s, there were a lot of restaurants down here. Quite a few people dropped out of London. Then it went a lot quieter in the 80s, and now it's picked up an awful lot more cafe bars, and a lot more restaurants have opened up in the last sort of 4 or 5 years.
And tell me a little bit about your restaurant, Harris's.
Well, we've been there for 30 years, and we started off as a bistro, and it was called Bistro 1 to start with, and then we changed the name to Harris's Restaurant. We went on to 2 floors. We used to have just 1 floor in the restaurant. It used to seat about 25, and we used to turn numbers over like you couldn't believe at one time when it was a bistro. Now we have 20 covers up and 20 covers down. And we do lots of local fish. Well, majority of our menu is local fish, I should think, about 7.
What sort of species do you use?
Well, anything I can get on the market, depending what comes in and what's landed. At the moment, we've got John Dory, monkfish, we've got fresh lobsters and fresh crab.
I mean, typically, how do you like to cook them?
I like to cook them as simply as possible, so that they're not oversauced. They're just all you can taste is the fish, and that's the main thing to do. You've got to taste the fish. You can't have something that is killing the flavour of the fish. Don't like things that are over garlicked or over seasoned, something like that. It's got to be simple.
My type of cooking, Roger. I mean, we were down the market early this morning. Today's programme's about monkfish.
Yeah.
What do you do with monkfish in your restaurant?
Monkfish at the moment, I'm roasting it. I don't want pan fried or deep fried like a lot of people do. Just roast it simply, put it on a bed of samphire with a little reduced white wine sauce, and serve it with a wild mushroom risotto.
I mean, samphire's a lovely accompaniment. I mean, is that local from here? I mean,
No,
is it
unfortunately not. It does grow on the cliffs, and you can pick it on the cliffs, but it's very bitter and it's not very good. It's farmed basically, and ours comes from France.
Oh, it's delicious. I think it's got that lovely sort of salty flavour.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
That was a great meal we had over in Penzance. Really nice. The chef just treats things simply, and Samphire works really well with the monkfish. He had a saffron risotto with it, but we're not going to do that today. We're just going to use the monkfish in his saffron sauce. This is our piece of monkfish. That's about a 150 gram piece of prime fillet. I mean, you can just see it just looks lovely and fresh, doesn't it? It really is nice. Nice and thick. Ask your fishmonger to just take a fillet off you and ask him for just a 150 gram piece and you'll get exactly what you want. Well, Fiona, you've been doing this long enough now, so I want you to cook this dish, okay? That's how easy it is.
Yeah.
All right? Now, not to worry, you've seen enough of it now. So I've got a bit of salt and a bit of pepper, so the monkfish is well seasoned. If you'd like to come over to the stove with me, you've got your pan there. We'll start off by searing the monkfish before it goes in the oven. So if you just add vegetable oil to the pan,
Okay.
and we're using vegetable oil because it gets to a higher temperature than olive oil. Olive oil will burn at these temperatures.
You use olive oil.
Well, olive oil burns and you take away that sort of nice fruity flavour and there's no point, and you really want a nice hot pan to sear this. So that's in there. We won't worry about that now, we're just going to sear that until it's golden, and we'll start on our sauce now, Fiona, which is going to be the saffron sauce. So we'll add a little butter to that. Don't let the butter burn, just lift it up off the heat so that's sitting away. Again, this is unsalted butter. Easier to add salt than it is to take it out. We'll add some shallots in there, and we'll add some garlic. Okay, and we'll just sweat those around. It's all quite quick, Fiona, so I'm just probably taking your job away from you. Some wine has gone in there as well. And then we're going to add some vinegar. Just a splash of vinegar, it's quite acidic. But keep it going. Then we just want to reduce that, Fiona.
How far would you reduce it?
By half, yeah, right down to there's almost nothing left in the pan at all.
Right.
And at this stage, I think I'll add some saffron. A good pinch of saffron, because this is our saffron sauce, and we really want that flavour to come through. Look at the colour already changing. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
And we say that's the most expensive spice in the world. Saffron.
It is, yeah, crocus flowers. So we'll turn this over, Fiona.
Gold.
It is.
Somebody told me.
Straight in the oven with that then, Fiona.
For the weight.
Okay. So we can leave that in a hot oven again, just to finish off, about 10 to 15 minutes. We'll get ready to cook our samphire. So we'll just get the pan hot. Now this is samphire. It's a marsh grass, very popular in France. They grow it all around the Norfolk coast, all around the Cornish coast as well. It's deliciously salty. Oh, there's a bit going. Lovely and salty. I mean, have a try.
You can eat it raw?
Eat it raw. It's lovely in salads. This time of year it's getting a bit woody. It's the end of the season, but that's delicious. So I'll put that there.
Quite unusual, bit like asparagus, isn't it?
They call it sea asparagus as well, James. That's a nickname for it. So we'll just melt that, Fiona, and I just want you to a handful of samphire in there, stir it around with the pan. Great, in with the samphire.
So no cooking, just straight in the hot butter?
Straight in the hot butter, James, just to really saute it. You want that nice crunch, nice and crisp.
Okay.
So I'll leave you with that. And our sauce is coming on there.
It'll give it a nice shine, the butter.
It'll give it a nice glossy shine, exactly. It's a lovely vegetable with scallops tossed amongst it, amongst salad leaves. It's really great.
Looking good.
That's ready to go.
Ready?
That's lovely. It leaves a lovely taste in your mouth, doesn't it? So that's it, just a pile, nice and rustic in the middle of the plate. That's it. Be brave with it. Oh, look at that. Nice prime fillet. That can just sit on the samphire. And then we've got this lovely, rich saffron sauce, which we could just spoon.
That smells gorgeous, doesn't it?
Isn't that lovely? Got all that sort of wine. You don't need too much of it.
Gosh, it's so quick to make this.
So there we are. That was great.
That is very nice.
It's colourful with the saffron as well, isn't it?
Saffron's lovely, works really well, and you've got just enough sauce on there to mop it up. That monkfish was great, and I really like the idea of us having a Sunday joint, something to linger over at the monkfish. And these two drinks look really interesting. What are they?
They're very different indeed from each other. I couldn't have picked two more contrasting styles. I've brought a dry sherry, a very dry sherry, and I've brought a very light red. And we'll start with the red because I chose this to go with the roast monkfish because I thought if it was going to be a Sunday roast, we want a red. But please, 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 when you're matching red wine with fish, which is actually, fine, absolutely fine, goes very well, but please choose a soft, juicy red. Don't ever choose a tannic red. Do you know what I mean by tannic?
Yes.
The ones that are like chewing on a tea bag. The clarets and riocas, very nice with roast beef, not with roast monkfish. You want lots of succulent, juicy flavours. And so I've chosen this Tarango, which is an unusual
really
grape
nice.
variety that's found in Australia. This is made by Brown Brothers, a well-known
Sounds Australian
Australian
as well.
winery.
It's like sort of Pinot Noir, isn't it?
It's a lot like Pinot Noir and a
Yeah.
lot like Gamay, which is the Beaujolais grape, but very soft, very juicy, lots of plum, cherry, berry kind of flavours.
And just chilled?
I would chill this very lightly, but really if you're going to have this as a kind of winter roast fish, then probably not, probably room
just room
temperature.
temperature, but it's
this
really
is
soft.
it is
it
the
is
kind of
soft.
red you can chill, so that's up to you. But I wouldn't go for something big and hearty, but you can have a red like this with this kind of fish dish, and very nice it is too. A white alternative would probably be a rich Chardonnay, something like that. But I think I'd go for a red just to ring the change.
Very nice.
I mean, we're not used to drinking reds with fish, and I mean, there isn't any rules to
We're
say
not.
that it should be white with fish. So it's nice that you actually bring these things in. I mean, you know, flavours match, then they work, whether they're red or white. And
Absolutely.
I,
I mean,
you know,
think
I
of
agree
the-
that does work.
It does
Great.
work.
Definitely.
Red does not work with very delicate fish and seafood dishes,
No, it
as I think we can all imagine. It
be
really
too dry
doesn't.
and take it off and-
Yeah, I mean, what you need really with the very rich fish is a light, juicy red. Then it'll work. Try and match something too powerful with a delicate fish dish, and the red won't work. It will actually clash and be a horrible combination.
Okay.
But I'm looking at the most rich of fish dishes and the most light of red wines, and then yes, it comes together very
I think
nicely.
that's really good, don't you?
By
Lovely.
complete contrast, we have a Manzanilla sherry. Manzanilla being one of the driest styles of sherry that you can get, made by the sea in the Jerez region of Andalusia, lovely spot, and deliciously tangy, very, very dry. This is bone dry with a salty finish to it. So a brilliant match for those lovely samphire flavours.
It's gorgeous.
Trying to conjure up the
Absolutely
seaside
gorgeous.
here.
It's great, because we're not big sherry drinkers here, are we?
We're not, well, the sherry we tend to drink in the UK still seems to be cream sherry, which is the sweeter type, but the food-friendly sherries are the dry ones, the Manzanillas and the Finos. And I think that this La Gitana is a fantastic brand of Manzanilla, but generally they're very good quality Manzanilla sherries, and they
They're
are
absolutely
brilliant
delicious.
with fish and seafood.
Superb.
So we've got the lovely samphire, that's what made me think of seaside sort of flavours, and I think it's almost salty.
It is. I was going to say, I think this would work really well with kind of oily fish like sardines or anchovies, things like that, because it's got that quite...
It works very well with anything that's very salty. So salty prawns go very well with Manzanilla. Think of little tapas dishes. They always seem to be salty, don't they? Olives,
Yeah,
prawns,
absolutely, yeah.
cured meats. Salty type sherry with salty type savoury dishes. And Manzanilla very, very good with very fresh fish. And if you go to Spain, and particularly to Andalusia, they won't really serve you anything else with fish. They will
Fantastic.
serve you ice
Fantastic.
cold Manzanilla sherry.